Okay, an update on my AMH level test results. I got that back and I got a 1.89. So I'm 37 years old, and I looked more into what that number means, and I came across a study, a meta-analysis of a bunch of studies of AMH levels, and according to that one, I have the egg reserve of a 32-year-old, so that's great. The nurse practitioner wrote me in the patient portal and said that I am at an optimal level for responding to fertility treatments. And what we need now is the comprehensive sperm analysis for my husband. I believe in the last video I said that the clinic that we're working with, they are able to get him in May, mid-May. But the sooner we have his numbers, the sooner they can calculate a dose of fertility drugs for me. So I found another male fertility institute, and you could schedule your appointment online, and the soonest available they had was April 15th. It's April 11th today, and I looked into this a few days ago. But anyway, so but then he spoke to them on the phone, and they said, well, you actually have to go through a different scheduling system for the semen analysis. And they gave him a phone number, which he called, which led to a scheduler's voicemail. And he left that voicemail yesterday around 3:45 p.m. So I don't know if he's heard back today. He's at work, but that is our next step. I also applied for a grant that expires, I believe, tomorrow, April 12th, for funds to do IVF and surrogacy. I combed through many grants, and I was either disqualified for most because I don't have a diagnosis of infertility or a previous diagnosis of cancer, or the foundations give out the grants a couple times a year and it just wasn't within the window right now. There's still a couple of those that I will apply to, but based on the terms and conditions, they might apply the grant directly to the clinic, and we're hoping to have our transplant done before July. And if they aren't doing the grants until September, you know, that wouldn't really work out, I don't think. Unless there was some way to do retroactive reimbursement. And there were only a couple grants where I saw that they gave the cash directly to you, but the let me check. I think it's called the Starfish Foundation. Pardon me, please. I'm sorry, I'm doing this in real time and I don't bother to edit my videos. So, okay, so yeah, the Starfish Infertility Foundation, the available grants, they have, the deadline is April 12th, and they will be announcing recipients of the grants, it says, via email or phone on the week of National Infertility Awareness Week, which is April 20th to 26th. I did have to submit like a little background story, and because you don't have to be diagnosed with infertility for this grant, you can just have other medical complications that make it too dangerous for you to have a pregnancy. So I wrote my thing and I filled it out, and it wasn't that bad. Now, it does ask you to put in the amount of money that you were seeking, rather than it being like a flat 10,000 or, you know, whatever. So I just put 12,000. I didn't want to go too much and ask for a full like 25,000, which would be the realistic need. So I asked for half of that, and we'll see, but I will put a link in the description to that if anyone is able to see this within the next day and hurry up and apply, they do have a couple other grants that they do as well. But so that's it. Just waiting on my husband's semen analysis, and please pray and or cross your fingers that we get this grant. That would be a huge help.